But let's get the latest from our Meg Terrell, because vaccines are what we're focused on right now, Meg. And you always update us on what we know and when we know it.
Well, it is a huge week for vaccines, David, of course, and we're kind of in this split screen moment where there's so much anticipation of a light at the end of the tunnel, but we were at the worst period in terms of the pandemic in this country that we have seen yet. So let's get caught up quickly on those numbers. In terms of the cases, we are now approaching almost 200,000 cases a day in terms of the 7-day average. The numbers of Americans currently in the hospital, 101,000. And the 7-day average of the numbers of deaths being recorded every day now exceeding 2,000 as well, 2,171. Now, take a look at hospitalizations across the country, and you can kind of get a sense of where different regions are as compared to their previous peaks. Check out the South. The numbers of people in the hospital now almost as high or just about as high as the numbers of people who were in the hospital over the summer during their previous peak. The Midwest, of course, much higher than it had been ever previously, and the West has surpassed its previous peak as well. Here in the Northeast, we are not as high as we were back in the spring, but the trends are obviously bad. ICU capacity is also a very important metric to look at in terms of how well states are doing. The dark yellow there are the ICUs that are the most constrained, more than 85% of their ICU beds full. So it's not a good situation anywhere, but some states being hit harder than others. This, of course, guys, as in Europe, the first vaccines are starting to get rolled out in the UK. So they are getting these vaccines in their hospitals today in preparation to start giving these shots in the UK tomorrow. And this ahead of a huge week here in the US for vaccines as well. The FDA tomorrow is going to release the briefing documents ahead of that huge meeting on Thursday about Pfizer and BioNTech's vaccine. Tomorrow morning, we will get a lot of information. These are the documents that all of these, the advisors to the FDA are going to be looking at. So we get to see all of that. And they should hold some answers to questions that we have about how the vaccines work in different groups. How will they think about, protection after one shot, for example? A lot of questions that need to be talked about Thursday to figure out how best to use these vaccines if and when the FDA gives the green light, which could happen anytime after that vote Thursday, guys.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.